my God, you guys are here.
Who?
Thursday.
I don't know.
We don't normally see you guys, George.
Yeah, we apologize. We try to be better.
We haven't missed a whole bunch, but we have missed some. That's true.
I'm just kidding.
It's true. We have missed, but I didn't think we missed that many.
A few. So, Mark, you've been talking to Marilyn at all?
A little bit. They're opening Summit up tomorrow, so there's gonna be like a whole bunch of classes. So she's been busy doing that, like getting everything set up. And
You think she's going to try to set something up for the fall in Long Sault again, or start those?
I think so. I think that's her plan. Like if
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it'll be a good test now that like the gyms are opening to kind of get the protocol and how it's all going to unfold. And I think then it'll kind of help as well set up more of like the things for the fall for her, I think. So.
Okay.
I see her every 2 weeks. I mean, twice a week.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Why? What are
Because
you
I
doing?
joined the, what do you call it?
Just put them on the mainstream.
The one that Mark teaches on Tuesday,
Yeah.
and the one, well, I don't know what it's called, but anyways, Maryland stuff.
Okay.
Okay, are we ready?
So
Yeah.
is Jill joining us, or?
Is there anything that you guys want to do today?
We're just waiting for Jill, I guess?
Yeah.
Nice ringtone. Hi, Julie, way back there.
All right.
Hi, Julie.
We moved it further. Mark, I had to move a whole bunch of furniture recently.
Yeah.
Shoulder, my upper
So I'm
arm,
saying, get the other thing if you want.
no, it's fine. All of that.
Okay. All of that store.
You'll fix that right up.
Yeah.
And George has a pain in the middle of his back.
Okay. Well,
Also,
Sphinx that. Like Sphinx would be good for that one.
I'll believe how it feels like I lifted weights constantly, hours and hours and hours. So
Oh.
Mood schools.
well, actually, it was pretty funny because that's the.
It was good. It was loud enough for me.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
She said, I don't know. Yeah, I know. But that's a good.
What's going on?
There's like an echo now.
Like the echo.
Are you getting an echo now?
Because he put it on the other speaker.
Okay, I'll change it back.
Yeah, because I could hear it perfectly before. It didn't need to be honest.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, and some echo.
Is Jill coming?
Yeah, she said she was coming. And she said she was okay with the 7 p.m. switch, so thank you guys for doing that. I have a Zoom call at 8 o'clock for a meeting, so
7 o'clock's fine, Mark.
Actually, I prefer it.
okay, we can see if everybody wants to do 7.
Sounds good.
30 would be great.
She said 7 works for us, it's 7:02.
Yeah. Well, let's start, and she can just pop in. We're gonna start with Boston anyway, so.
Mark's got a date at 8.
Yeah, let's make our way into Shavasana.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, turn it on.
And taking a deep inhale through our nose. And exhale it all out. Take a deep inhale through our nose. And exhale it all out. Let it all go. And with every inhale and exhale, allowing your body to begin to settle. Allowing your mind to begin to calm. Letting the day slow down. Taking some time to check in with yourself tonight. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how your body's feeling. Taking a few moments to scan from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. Notice if you're carrying any tension anywhere. Is anything a little bit sore or a little bit stiff? Maybe from something you did earlier today or earlier this week. And sending your breath to those areas. Breathing into any areas that might be tense. Letting your breath dissolve the tension. Breathing into anything that may be a little bit sore. Letting your breath bring relief to those areas. Breathing to anything that might be a little bit stiff. Letting your breath soften those areas. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Taking note of any thoughts that might be bubbling up. Acknowledging them. Letting them continue to pass by. Drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to your inhales. And your exhales. Take a few moments to set an intention for your practice this evening. Something you wish to receive from the class. On the next inhale, slowly begin to wiggle those fingers. Gently move those toes. Then on the next inhale, slowly draw those knees into your chest. Giving them a gentle squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circling your knees in the opposite direction. Then making our way to reclined butterfly. So draw the soles of the feet together. Letting them rest on the mats. Letting those hips open up and gravity to draw those knees to the mats. You can adjust your heels by drawing them closer to your glutes, which will add some intensity, or you can slide them away, which will soften the intensity. And drawing your right hand onto your abdomen and your left hand onto your heart. And with the first few breaths, just notice the rise and fall of your chest and abdomen. With every inhale and exhale, softening those shoulders, removing tension from your neck. We'll take a few breaths here and then move into our breath exercise. Breathing into those hips. Allowing gravity to open up those knees a little bit more. Take a deep inhale together. And a deep exhale. Then we'll inhale for 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll pause for 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 2, 1. Take a deep inhale together. And exhale it all out. Letting your breath return back to its normal rhythm. Allowing those hips to soften a little bit more. On the next inhale, slowly draw your hands underneath your knees, gently helping them together. Then draw those knees back into your chest. Gently let them sway from the left to the right. Open your arms up into a T. And let those knees gently fall to the right side, coming into a twist. Keeping that left shoulder blade pressed into the mat. An option to slide a block underneath those knees for some support. Adjusting those knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest, or you soften that knee bend. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling in your spine. Letting your breath soften those areas. Finding a little bit more rest in this posture. And noticing maybe if your mind might have wandered or drifted, which it might. Just drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to the sensations that you're feeling in this posture. Breathing in a little bit more. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale here. Exhale completely. On the next inhale, slowly draw those knees back up to center. And gently letting your knees fall to the left side. Keeping your right shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Adjusting your knees, whether you draw them closer to your chest or you soften that knee bend. The option to slide a block under the knees to add a little bit of support. But breathing in to the sensations that you might be feeling on this side. Letting your breath soften those areas. Finding a little bit more rest in this posture. And notice if your mind may have wandered again. Just coming back to your breath. Back to the sensations that you feel on this side. Breathing into those areas, letting your body find a little bit more rest. Take one more inhale here. Exhale completely. And slowly begin to draw those knees back up to center. And then making our way to happy baby. Grab the outside of those feet. Open the knees nice and wide. Gently rocking a little bit of forward and backwards. A little bit of side to side. And then draw those knees back together and let them sway from the left to the right. Gently letting your knees fall to the left side or to the right side, coming into fetal position. Taking a couple breaths here. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to press your way up. And making your way to tabletop position. And from here, we'll come into melted heart. So keeping those hips above the knees and then walking those hands out. Maybe allowing your chin to rest on the mat. Softening those shoulders. And the option to open those arms up a little bit wider if it's a little bit too intense on the shoulders. Or bending the elbows. Taking nice deep inhales. And nice deep exhales. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, can you walk those fingertips out maybe a little bit further, challenging your edge. Maybe your chest draws closer to the mat. We'll take a few more breaths here. Exhaling it all out. Breathing into the sensations that you might be feeling. Letting your breath soften those areas. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to come out of the posture, walking those hands nice and gently. And then we're gonna make our way into wide knee child's pose. So open those knees as wide as the mat. Draw those big toes together and then push those hips back. Allowing those shoulders to soften. Breathing into those hips. Letting gravity draw them closer to the mat. And the option to slide a block under your forehead just to remove tension from your neck if your forehead doesn't rest on the mat. And you soften those shoulders a little bit more. Sending your breath to your hips. Allowing your breath to soften any sensations that you might be feeling. Take a deep inhale. Exhale it all out. Can you surrender to this posture a little bit more, softening those shoulders? Take a deep inhale together. And a deep exhale. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up. Very nice. Draw the knees together. And making our way to tabletop position, we're going to come into thread the needle. So planting our left hand onto the mat. Inhale, open up that right side, so reach that right hand up to the sky. And then exhale, take that right arm underneath the left. Releasing that right shoulder blade onto the mat. And the option to stay here, or maybe you take that left hand, reach it up, and then draw it to that right hip to open up this posture. Breathing into that right shoulder. Or maybe tonight you just keep that left hand onto the mat. Just honor your body. Letting your breath soften any sensations that you might be feeling in that shoulder. Take a few more breaths here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to release out of that posture, pressing into that left hand. Giving that right hand maybe a little bit of a shake. Then planting that right hand down on the mat. Inhale, float that left hand up to the sky. And then exhale, bring that left hand underneath the right. Releasing your left shoulder onto the mat. On the next inhale, maybe reach that right hand up. And then draw it to that left hip. And take a few moments to notice how this side feels different than the other. Do you need to adjust in any way? Maybe this side feels nicer this evening. Breathing into any sensations. Letting that left shoulder find a little bit more rest. Take a few more breaths here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to release out, pressing into that right hand. Giving that left shoulder a little bit of a shake. And then from here, walking your hands out and lowering all the way down onto our stomach. We're gonna make our way into Sphinx pose. So releasing your toes, draw your elbows underneath your shoulders. And if this is a little bit too intense, you can always walk your hands out a little bit further, softening the curve of your spine. Allow your eyes to close. Take a deep inhale. And exhale into any sensations that you might be feeling. Letting your breath ease those areas. Trying to soften the shoulders. Removing tension from your neck. Notice if you're carrying any tension in your ankles or in your knees. And keeping your breath nice and even. Taking deep inhales and deep exhales. Take a few more breaths here. Allowing your breath to soften any sensations that you might be feeling. Letting your body find a little bit more rest. Letting your mind calm. And the option to stay here, or maybe you move into seal pose where you turn your hands out to the corners of the mat or the edge of the mat. Press into the palms of the hands, straighten those elbows. Keeping your breath nice and deep. Exhale it out, drawing those shoulders down and away from your ears. And the option to stay here, or maybe you walk your hands up a little bit further up the mat. Opening up this posture a little bit more. Trying to keep those hips on the mat. Breathing into any sensations that you might be feeling. Take a few more breaths here. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Two more. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Last one. A nice inhale. Exhale completely. Very nice. Slowly lower all the way down. Draw your hands together and letting your forehead rest on the top of your hands. Allowing your spine to settle. Allow those shoulders to soften. Notice how your body feels as it releases out of this posture. Take a couple more breaths here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly draw those hands underneath the shoulders. Push up to tabletop. And then push back to child's pose, keeping those knees close together, bending those elbows, rounding your spine, tapping your chin. Coming into the counter pose. Notice how your body feels. Maybe you draw your hands to your feet. Take a few more breaths here. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly begin to come up, rolling out. Take a moment here just to take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale, let it all go. Then from here, let's make our way to tabletop position. Then coming into downward dog just to set up for pigeon pose or swan pose. So curl those toes under. Send those knees up and those hips back. Take a few moments to pedal out the feet. So bend one knee, straighten the other. Repeat that on the other side. One more time to the left. One more time to the right. Then on the next inhale, float that right leg and draw that right knee to your right wrist and your right ankle to your left. Release those left toes. Inhale, walk your hands up to set the hips. And then exhale, walk your hands out, coming into reclined pigeon. And maybe you walk your hands out a little bit further. Or maybe you take a block this evening and place it underneath your forehead just to remove tension from your neck. Allowing that right hip to settle. Trying to remove tension from that left leg. Taking note of maybe any thoughts that might be rising up. Just gently acknowledging them. Letting them continue to pass by. Drawing your attention back to your breath. Back to this posture. Take a deep inhale together. And on the exhale, can you walk those hands out a little bit further, challenging your edge. Allowing that right hip to surrender a little bit more. Taking nice deep inhales and nice deep exhales. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale it all out. Then slowly begin to walk those hands up. Planting your hands, curling those left toes under. Send that right leg back to your three-legged dog, giving it maybe a gentle shake. Maybe you rotate the knee in one direction, rotate the knee in the opposite direction, then release the toes down onto the mat. And pedal the feet out, so bend one knee straight and the other. Repeat that on the other side. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. Then on the next inhale, float that left leg high to the sky. Then draw that left knee to your left wrist. And your left ankle to your right. Release your toes. Inhale, walk your hands up to set those hips. Exhale, walk those hands out. Coming into reclined pigeon. Allowing that left hip to settle. Maybe you walk your hands out a little bit further. Or maybe you slide a block underneath your forehead to add some support. Removing tension from the neck. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale, can you walk your fingertips out a little bit further, challenging your edge. Allowing that left hip to surrender a little bit more. Keeping your breath nice and deep. Take a deep inhale together. Exhale it all out. slowly begin to walk those hands up. Gently coming out of the posture. Pressing into the hands, curling those right toes under. Send that left leg back to your three-legged dog. Maybe gently giving it a little bit of a shake. Rotating the knee in one direction. Rotating the knee in the opposite direction. Then lowering those toes down to the mat. Pedal up the feet one more time. So bend one knee, straighten the other. Repeat that on the other side. One more time. Next, repeat to the other side. Then release your knees down onto the mat. Kick your feet to one side or another. Coming into a seated position. And then lowering all the way down onto their backs. So we're going to come into supported bridge. So have a block handy or cushion. Draw your heels as close to your glutes as possible. Take a deep inhale together. And a deep exhale. And then on the next inhale, shift those hips up. Slide that block underneath your tailbone. And adjust the block or the cushion, whether you draw it higher up your spine or a little further down. And when you find that sweet spot, let your hips rest. Allow your palms to face up. Removing tension from your shoulders. Tension from your neck. Letting your body find rest. And you soften your shoulders a little bit more. And you allow those hips to sink deeper into the block or into your cushion. And take a few more breaths here. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale. Then slowly shift those hips up. Slide that block out from underneath and slowly lower those hips down onto the mat. Take a deep inhale together. And a deep exhale. And then grabbing your strap or your belt or rope or elastic and drawing that right knee into your chest and taking your strap and wrapping it around the ball of that right foot. Straighten that right leg up and straighten that left leg. Keeping your left heel pressed into the mat. So we're going to do 3 active and then we're going to hold for 3 as well. So keeping those shoulder blades pressed into the mat if possible. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, can you draw those toes to the back of the room? Take an inhale here. Exhale, can you draw those toes a little bit closer to the back of the room? Take one more inhale. Exhale, can you draw those toes a little bit closer to the back of the room? Then we'll take 3 breaths here. So take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. 2 more. Exhale, hold. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly bring the strap into that right hand. And then gently begin to open up the leg to the right. Keeping your left shoulder blade pressed into the mat if possible. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale, can you draw those toes to the back of the room? Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, draw those toes to the back of the room. Take one more inhale. Exhale, can you draw those toes to the back of the room? Then take a deep inhale. Exhale it all out. Take 2 more breaths here. Exhale, hold. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to draw that right leg back up. Then bringing the strap into that left hand, open that right hand up into a T. And let that right leg drop down to the left side. Trying to keep your right shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Take an inhale here. Exhale, can you draw those toes to the back of the room? Take an inhale. Exhale, can you draw those toes to the back of the room? Taking one more inhale. Exhale, can you draw those toes to the back of the room? Take a deep inhale. Exhale it all out. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, hold. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. On the next inhale, slowly draw that right leg back up. Bringing the strap to both hands. Take an inhale here. Exhale, maybe you send the toes to the back of the room. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, slowly release the strap as you lower that right leg down. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, let that body settle. Then on the next inhale, draw that left knee into your chest. Take your strap and wrap it around the ball of that left foot. Straighten your left leg. Keeping those shoulders pressed into the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, can you draw those toes to the back of the room? 2 more breaths here. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, can you draw those toes to the back of the room? Take one more inhale. Exhale, can you draw those toes to the back of the room? Take a deep inhale here. Exhale it all out. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, hold. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Slowly drawing the strap into that left hand and then lowering that left leg down. Keeping your right shoulder blade pressed into the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, can you draw those toes to the back of the room? Take a deep inhale. Exhale, can you draw those toes to the back of the room? Take one more inhale. Exhale, can you draw those toes a little bit closer? Take a deep inhale. Exhale it all out. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, hold. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly draw that left leg up, bringing the strap into that right hand, and then slowly lowering that left leg down to the right side as you open that left hand into a T. Take an inhale here. Exhale, can you draw those toes to the back of the room? Two more breaths here. Exhale, can you draw those toes a little bit closer? Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly draw that left leg up. No, sorry, staying here. My apologies. Take an inhale. Exhale, hold. Take an inhale. Exhale it all out. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. Then slowly draw that left leg back up. Bringing the strap back to both hands. Take an inhale. Exhale, can you send that left leg back a little bit closer to the back of the room? Take an inhale here. Exhale, release the strap. Lower that left leg. And making our way to Shavasana. So letting our palms face up. Bringing our feet as wide as the mat. Letting our body find rest. Letting our mind find peace. Taking this opportunity to let go. Breathing into any areas where you might be carrying tension. Allowing your breath to dissolve those areas. next inhale, slowly begin to wiggle those fingers. Gently move your toes. Slowly waking up the body. Drawing your attention back to the room. Then on the next inhale, slowly reaching your arms up and overhead. Taking one wrist and gently pulling it to one side of the room, feeling the stretch in that side body. Then release that wrist, grab the other wrist, gently pull it to the opposite side. Releasing that wrist. Reach your hands to the very back of the room and your feet to the very front. Take a full body stretch on that next inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Then on the next inhale, draw both knees into your chest, giving them a big squeeze. Gently rocking a little bit of side to side. A little bit of forward and backwards. Circling your knees in one direction. Circling your knees in the opposite direction. Then let your knees sway from the left to the right. Gently letting your knees fall to the right side or to the left side. Coming into fetal position. Offering breaths of gratitude. Grateful that you showed up on your mat. Taking time to slow down. Letting your mind and your body find rest. Take a few moments to reflect on the intention you set at the beginning of practice. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Then on the next inhale, slowly begin to press your way up to a seated position. Keeping your eyes closed and drawing your hands to heart center when you arrive. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. On the next inhale, draw a gentle smile to your face. Exhale it all out. Take a few moments to thank your body for all the hard work it did this evening. I thank you and I'm humbled by your practice. Namaste. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Hope you
Thanks,
enjoyed that.
That was great. Thank you.
No
Thank
worries.
you.
Have a great
Bye.
day.
You too. Have a good meeting.
Take care.
Bye.
On Saturday.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.
You guys.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye, me.